Hey Flosstube, welcome to Creative Whim Studio. Hey friends, it's so good to be back. It's been a while. Actually, I'm not sure how long. I meant to look that up. But this is Flosstube episode 202. And today is Tuesday, July 15th. I think it's been about a month since I did a Flosstube. So it's good to be back. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. A lot has happened between the last video. The last video I talked about the Welcome Stitchery Retreat and going to the Stitching Bee and hanging out with Denise and all that goodness that happened in May. Well, I got home from there and I was like, I don't even know, home maybe 2 weeks. And then I had a friend Stitchy gathering up in Elk Rapids. I know you've already heard Tara Sullivan talk about it. I'll insert a few pictures, but we had so much fun. And the funniest thing that happened, I think, over the weekend was we went to Mackinac Island. And I've been to Mackinac. I mean, I live in Michigan, so I've been to Mackinac Island several times in my life. And this time, it was Karen and Liz and I, Karen Fox and Rabbit, Liz the Wandering Stitcher, and myself rode together. We had to take two vehicles, and the other girls got there quicker than we did, and they went ahead and got on, and we wanted to make sure to get on the same boat as they did, and we were the last ones to get on. I mean, it was like right at the end, and as we were getting on, they didn't tell us anything about like getting sprayed by water or whatever. So we go up onto the upper deck and we find our peeps, and there wasn't enough room for me to sit with them. And you know, at first I was kind of bummed. I'm like, oh man, I want to sit with my friends, but that's okay. It's just a ride over to the island. So I sat where there was an empty spot up by like where the captain is. So there's like this big thing kind of in my way where I didn't have real good vision to see the water and everything, but it's fine. So we're going, and I can see out of the corner of my eye some spray coming up, but that's kind of normal, you know. But I could hear all this commotion and like yelling and screaming, and like not screaming, but like anyways, here's a look on my face when I turned around and saw my friends were getting drenched. I was like, oh my gosh. It was actually, I felt really bad for them because the water was cold, and but it was more about like spending the day in wet clothes and with your hair and getting wet and stuff. They were troopers though, and they all looked beautiful afterwards once their hair all dried, and they looked amazing. So this is probably the Lord protecting me from getting wet, because this hair, when it just naturally dries, it's frizzy and insane. So anyways, we had a wonderful time, got a lot of stitching done, chased the northern lights, but I didn't see them. They did see them a little bit the second night they went out, but anyway, just tons of fun. And Elk Rapids, this house that we stay at, is absolutely gorgeous. That's our second year doing that, and it's just a fabulous time. And I miss all of them. I like it when they do a Flosstube. Like Liz, you need to do a Flosstube. Karen has done one since. Tara has done one, and Rachel has done one. And then some of the girls don't do Flosstube. But anyway, then I was home a week to the day when I got home from that fun excursion. Kevin and I went on a camping trip. So we went camping in Lexington, Michigan. It's about an hour and 15 minutes from us, just due east, over to Lake Huron. And this was our first time taking the camper out and living out of it. We did take it last year one time, but it was like on someone's property where there was a house, you know, and we just stayed out there, but we had the house. So it was, you know, use the bathroom and stuff and shower there. So it was our first time living out of it. So we had full hookup, which is like this prissy mama likes full hookup. So we could use a shower, you know, we had air conditioning, which we didn't even need until the very last day. We had the best weather. It was gorgeous. The water was freezing though. And so we were there a day, and then the next day we drove back and picked up the grandkids, and they got to experience their first camping trip with us, and we had so much fun with them. Total blast. That was on Saturday, and then Sunday was Father's Day, so all the kids came out and we celebrated Father's Day out there. Total gas. I ate so many, not more than one a night, but like several nights in a row. I had s'mores, which so good. We had just an amazing time. So yeah, and that was Athena's first time camping as well. She did so good. I was afraid she'd bark a lot. She was very, very well behaved. This dog, she's going to be 10 at the end of August, and she's doing all these firsts at such an old age. I mean, hopefully she has another 8 years in her, please, or more. Long as she's in good health. But we are taking her canoeing this coming weekend. That'll be a trip. So got back from camping. 2 weeks later, flew out to see Kristen. July 2nd, I flew out to Florida, the Fort Walton Beach area, which is right by Destin. And we were there for 5 days, and then we drove back to her house, which is like 6 hours north up to Tennessee, and hung out with her family and got to see the grandkids and everything. So that was really fun. So yeah, I got home last Wednesday, so I haven't even been home a week. Then this weekend, like I said, we're going camping and canoeing, and this is going to be not full hookup. So we call it Gypsy Camp. Now, Kevin and I have been to Gypsy Camp several times when we had our other camper and our kids were younger. We actually didn't take the kids when they were younger because it's kind of a float down the river party type thing, having a good time. But then now when they got older, we allow them to come with us. But anyways, it's like our church friends and then their kids and families. So it's just like at this big mode area. There is a full like flushable toilet in a very nicely built like, I want to say outhouse, but outhouses stir up this image in my head that is horrifying. It's way nicer than that. It's like made of like, I think, cedar walls, and it's very enclosed, and it's very nice. But anyways, so it'll be a little bit more rough in it. Kevin actually today is hooking up and charging or making sure it works. I had ordered about a year ago from Patriot. I think it's just called Patriots. But anyway, it's solar panel to like charge a battery. So we're going to use that, and hopefully that will work for our camper. It would be amazing. So it's just a quick trip. We're going up there Friday morning as early as possible. We can canoe Saturday, and then we go home late in the afternoon on Sunday. So that's just a real quick trip. Anyway, that's what I've been up to. It's been glorious. This is why summer goes by so fast, right? Because you have so many activities and things to do. So fun. I have a few announcements. The Wren sampler. Let me just apologize about the Wren sampler because I didn't put a DMC conversion in it, which is highly unusual. My goal is always to have one included with everything I release, but I forgot on that one. And wouldn't you know, that one was, I think, pretty much all overdyes too, like a few DMC, but I think most of it was overdye. So anyway, I did that yesterday. I posted on Instagram. It's also on my website. I'll have a direct link to the PDF down below. Why a DMC conversion is so important? Well, number one, people may not want to spend the money getting all overdyes when sometimes you don't need, you know, an overdye. I love it for like foliage or grass, houses, you know, certain things really lend themselves to have a variegated floss. But it's not always necessary. That's why a lot of times I chart with a mixture of DMC and overdyes. But anyways, somebody reached out to me and said that she pulled the Gentle Arts and the colors were way off from the cover photo. So it was even more imperative that I did this DMC conversion. So it is available now. There were some colors I had a really hard time finding DMC equivalent for, because there was so much variegation. I didn't know what color to pick. Go with the darker, go with the lighter. And then you have to think about how all these DMC colors play together. So if you can, you know, afford it or find, I know sometimes it's hard to even find some of the overdyes, use as much of it as you can, because I was looking at it yesterday when I was pulling the floss, and I thought, gosh, some of these, especially the greens, really need to be overdyed. They just look so, so good. So that is done. That is a load off my shoulders. What else? I want to just bring up Patreon real quick, because if you have not joined Patreon, whether it's mine or someone else's, this is true for all Patreon memberships. Do not join Patreon. Don't set up your account using the Patreon app on your iPhone. I'm assuming it's the same with Droid phones as well. So sign up using a computer. Or you can use your phone, but go to the Patreon website, www.patreon.com, and then /Teresa Kogut or /whoever it is you want to join, and it'll go right to their page. Sign up that way. If you sign up using their app, the app store for the Apple App Store will charge you 30% more. That's insane. So save yourself some money if you're going to join Patreon, whether it's mine or someone else's. There's a lot of people starting Patreons now. So many interesting things out there. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that to your attention. I want to mention also that I have a new release coming really soon. I'm hoping to approve the PDF proof from my publisher today. And once I do that, then they give me an estimated ship date. So I'm going to, once I get that estimated ship date, I will record a video and post it close to the time that we're going to be getting the stuff in. That video will be coming probably next week, so watch out for that. And then before I get into showing what I've been working on and my haul, I want to share some exciting news with you. You may have seen it, you might not know anything about it yet. It's really something new, something different, which is really exciting. So it's called Threadworxs Fair. Marilyn from Cottage, what is it? Oh my gosh, Cranberry Bog Cottage. Jeez, I'm sorry, Marilyn. I met her, I think it's been a couple years, 2 or 3 years ago. Kevin and I were going to, we were actually going out to Utah, but we drove down because we wanted to go to the Grand Canyon. I think that was the trip. Anyway, it was a couple years ago. And we stopped at the Cranberry Bog Cottage, met Marilyn, and I just love her so much. She's amazing, and her store is awesome. And I haven't seen her new store. She has a new store in Indiana. Anyways, so she reached out to me and asked me, this was at their early stages of planning, if I would be interested in, you know, having a trunk show there and doing a meet and greet and doing an exclusive for this event. And I said, oh yes, please. Thank you for inviting me. So I am excited to be on the ground floor of this amazing event that they are curating. I'm going to read you all the details. It's kind of lengthy, but I will do my best to find pictures to insert to keep you interested rather than looking at me reading something. So Marilyn sent me an email to give me all of the details. So the first thing is who. I love how she broke this down. So it's who, what, where, when. Who, what, when, where. Anyways, who. So Threadworxs Fair is a collaborative effort by 3 textile friends who have done shows together for years and who share a love of history, textiles, and design. Crossing Century Designs. Now I'm going to have all this stuff listed below, or with links and everything. So Crossing Centuries Designs, owned by Anne Frank, who reproduces antique cross-stitch samplers along with new designs that have an antique feel. Loom Hall Textiles, whose Peggy Taylor creates handwovens inspired by historic textiles and produces limited-run hand-dyed linens and Ada cloth for stitchers. Then we have Marilyn, Cranberry Bog Cottage. She has an LNS in Wabash Valley. Marilyn Oler, I'm not sure if I'm saying her last name right, is also an event planner and is co-producing the fair in response to her customers' many requests for a gathering that will bring the cross-stitch community together and showcase present-day and past needlework samplers. That's the who. Now the what. Threadworxs Fair is a 2-day public event that features a cross-stitch exhibit of submitted work by stitchers in the Midwest. It will be juried by a panel of 3 to 4 experts in the field. Ribbons and cash prizes will be awarded. A series of short classes and tours will take place in the community house.
Could you try again?
Why is my computer talking to me? Oh my gosh. That was weird. I'm sorry. A series, oh, because I said series.
Yes?
Never mind.
Okay.
I can't say the word series. Oh my goodness. Of short classes and tours will take place in the Community House number 2. The Indiana State Museum holds this historic site in trust as it is an original harmonist dormitory. A select market of 12 artisans and vendors will be curated for everyone's shopping pleasure. I'm so fortunate to be one of them. Open, informal stitching groups are welcome and may gather in several locations in town both days. When is this amazing event? June 19th and 20th of 2026. Submissions will be received June 18th beginning at 1 p.m. It reminds me of Sauter Village, that is for rug hooking, where they have beautiful works on display and they have prizes and ribbons and everything. This is basically the cross-stitch version of that. So kudos to them for thinking of this idea. It's super exciting. And now the where. New Harmony, Indiana is located in the southwest tip of Indiana. The exhibit and market will be held in the granary at 413 Granary Street. The classes are in the Community House number 2 at 410 Main Street. These buildings are a half a city block from each other. Both buildings are climate controlled and do have elevators. There is a website that I will have linked below, www.threadworxsfair.com. I'll also have it up here on the screen. Bookmark the website and check there for all important details and forms. It is a blog style site. Links are provided for lodging and provisions in New Harmony. Book early as New Harmony is a small town of under 1,000 people. It is conveniently located 25 miles from Evansville, Indiana, which offers all the services you would expect from a large city. Our Instagram and Facebook are at Threadworxs Fair. And it's spelled a little different, so I'm going to put it up here on the screen for you. And like I said, I'll also have everything linked below. She's got other talking points. The exhibit and market are open to the public. Donations are gratefully welcomed as a gate fee at categories to submit work include a challenge theme. For 2026, the theme is Remember the Ladies, John. This storied quote by Abigail Adams to her husband John reminds him to consider the importance of women as he goes off to Congress. With the semi-quincentennial in 2026, we felt it was a perfect choice. Submissions shall be appropriate to 1776 and historic Americana designs. Oh, this is so up my alley. I cannot wait. Visit newharmony.com is the tourism site for New Harmony and is packed with useful information and links. I just saw a post on Instagram where they announced the teachers for the classes. So I will put that up here on the screen so you can see as well. So I've been asked to design something for this event that will be exclusive and only available for purchase at this event. And I have something in mind that I'm super excited about too. Let's see. Yes, in this pattern I will do kits as well. All right. So what do you think, guys? I would love to hear your comments below about what you think about such an event. I think it's located in a good area where, you know, like for me, I think it's still going to be like 7-8 hour drive, even though Indiana butts up to Michigan. I have to go all the way across Michigan, and you know, so I think it's still kind of far for me, but that's 8-9 hours is not a big deal. Anything over 9 hours, I'm out. I would fly. But anyway, I'm taking a trunk show, so I have to drive. So more to come on that. The more I learn, the more I'll share with you. Like she said in that note, to you know, check the website, follow them on Instagram, be in the know, get your rooms early. So I'm gonna go ahead and show what I've been working on. You guys, it's not much. It actually really breaks my heart. I did finish that punch needle I showed from last time I did my floss tube, where I showed it partially done. Well, I did finish that, but I don't have it in hand. It's a new release that I will be showing next week in my new release video, but I don't have it in hand because I sent it off to Park Designs because they are making super cool like rugs and chair pads and stuff with it. So excited about that. And being that it's the semi-quincentennial, they want me to do some more Americana things for them. So I'm stoked about that. I did work a teeny tiny bit on the hometown sale. Today is the 15th, so page 19 dropped. And we have one more page, and then we're going to be on the bottom row. Like, we are almost done with this thing. I, however, am behind, which really bums me out. I'll put a picture up here where I was last time. And as you can see, the only thing I got done since then, I finished this house and I started this house. I got most of it done, but just to get oh, actually, I think this house comes over, I don't know, salt box maybe, I don't know. Let's just say I started on that house. So yeah, I just got those 2 houses done. I got to put flags, the word flags up here, but I'm trying to wait and do all of my back stitching until I get it done, just for the simple fact that they, like on this house, they're kind of getting messed up for me rolling this up all the time. So here it is so far, and it's just really a fun stitch. I enjoy it. I thought I would stitch more. I thought I would stitch at Kristen's, but you know what? When I went to Florida in May, I don't know if you remember from my video, I had to work on a fabric line when I got there, and I worked a couple days on it and got it done. Well, guess what I worked on when I got to Kristen's? Yeah, I worked on my other fabric line. So I had to finish up my Santa, or not my Santa. It's not about Santa this time. It's something new and different, and I'm really excited about it. But my Christmas line I had to finish up while I was there. And then the Biscore New book, The Land That I Love Biscore New book, I also had to get that. I had to work on that. So I did work while I was there. I just didn't get any stitching done. I took all my stuff to stitch, and then I thought, well, when I get to her house, I was done with work, maybe I can stitch. I still didn't stitch, but that's okay. You know, it's kind of like that. Summer's busy. I just don't get a lot of stitching done. So Pink Coat Santa is what I've really been dedicating my stitching time to, as you can see. Gosh, where was I last time? I did a lot of stitching on this, and I finished that punch needle when I was with the girls up in Elk Rapids. So, and just this week, it was about right here. So I've stitched all this pink, and this was about right here. I stitched all that pink, and then last night I worked on this adorable snowman that's coming off the side of Santa. I love him. So, you know, I have a lot of Santa designs, and the animal crackers that Stacy Nash designs are so popular, and people have been stitching my Santas and making them into pillows similar to that, you know, just so that they sit in a basket or tuck them in a shelf or something like that. So anyways, that inspired me. Seeing people do that with those Santas inspired me to do the blue coat Santa last year for the Jingle Ball. So pink coat Santa is going to actually be available in 2 different ways. So I'm stitching the full design where he's got like presents. It's got this snowman, and there's, I think, a tree or there's stuff around him, and then there's a sign right here that says 2025. So that will be how I'm doing mine, and then I'll frame it probably or finish it on a Chantel board or something. But I did send it out to a model stitcher, and really the only change is I made his hat kind of come down and filled this spot. Took all the stuff off that's around him. Obviously, I had to remove the little hand of the snowman. But other than that, it's the same. So I have a model stitcher stitching it. So that one will be made into the pillow. That way you can see 2 different ways of finishing it, and you can decide which one you want to do. So yay. I love working on this. I love Santa. It was really hard for me to design a fabric line with no Santas in it. It was hard because since I've been with Riley Blake Design, every year it's been with Santas. But, you know, I thought I needed to mix it up a little bit. While I have you here, I'm just going to share a little bit of punch needle, because Park Designs, so like I said, I sent my punch needle to them because it's easier for them to match the thread colors and things to make the rugs from an actual punch needle, and it mimics the looks of hooked rugs too. So they have, like, they tend to keep them for a long time. Like some of these they've had for probably 3-4 years, but they sent them back. So here is one punch needle. These are all available as punch needle patterns as well. Oh wow. See, this is the kind of damage that can happen though. I don't know if it got snagged on something, but anyway, pulled out some of the loops on that one, but it doesn't look too bad. But that's what's hard about sending your work off to people. You just want it to come back in the way you sent it. Let's see, the back of this one looks good. This one's called Neighborhood. Love this. I think all of these are still available too through Park Designs, is rugs and things. Yeah, I love this. This is available as a punch needle as well from us. Love that. And then this one, I forget what this one's called, but they made kitchen rugs and things out of this one. Super fun. And this one is called Home. I love that it says Gather at the bottom. Yeah, these are all available as punch needle patterns. And if they are still available through Park Designs, I'll insert pictures of that as well so you can see what they look like. All right, I'm just gonna, oh, I have something to show you. So my super sweet friend, Stacy, she, her and I saw each other when we were at Nashville Market, and she said, hey, would you be interested in having your fabric lines made into quilts so that you can share them and show them and take them to retreats and things? And so she is, this first one she gifted to me, which is super sweet. And right now she's working on, well, actually starting next week, she's going to make the Christmas quilt for me. But this is from the Jingle Friends line. And she made this for me. I sent her the fabric. Oh my goodness, that's upside down. So I sent her the fabric and she put this quilt together for me. I love it. I'm afraid I'm gonna step on Bella. Love, 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 love it. This girlfriend line is so whimsical and so fun. And I love how she fussy cut for the windows of the house. A little thing, so cute. I love it. And then she let me pick out what like quilt pattern I wanted on it. And of course, when I saw stars, I was like, oh yeah, that's totally me. So yes, Google Friends, this pattern, I don't remember if this is a free pattern from Riley Blake Designs or if you have to purchase it, but I'll put a link below if this is something you're interested in making for yourself. It's so cute and it's small, just a nice little lap quilt. In my downstairs, I need to get this done. I'm going to get quilt hanger and then switch out my quilts for the holidays and things. That will be so fun because I have a lot of quilts. Antique quilts too to mix in there would be fun. I forgot to mention my amazing friend Stacy. She is open to quilting your quilts. If you are a quilter and you are looking for someone to do the quilting part of it. Anyways, I forgot to mention that. So I will insert a picture of her business card here, and I will also link her information below for you to reach out to her if you're interested. All right, thanks guys. Okay. So thank you, Stacy. I appreciate it. It's beautiful, and I can't wait to see this next one. It's going to be a full big size quilt, but it's so cool. That fabric line is out now too. That one is called Naughty or Nice, and I've been posting some things about it on my Instagram. I don't think I can show this yet. I'll wait on that. I was going to show you the fall Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine piece that I designed for the fall book, but I don't know if I can show it yet. Okay, I'm just going to show you a little bit of haul. I don't really have that much. XU Designs, or XJU Designs, I don't know how to say it. She had this Halloween pack of fabric that when I saw that on her website, I'm like, yep, I have to have that. Look at these colors, you guys. And it's for Halloween, so they're really grungy, and I cannot wait to have something stitched on them. Or stitch on them myself. Because I don't know if, I should ask her if these are going to be in her regular line for people to be able to get. But here, let me do it like a deck of cards so you can really see them. Oh my gosh, I love it. I think they're so fun. Like this blue, that's a really different blue. Oh my gosh, it looks like a robin's egg kind of. Look at that one. Kind of a purpley color, this beautiful green, another purple color, this yellow is to die for. And look at this pink. Aren't they fabulous? So I'll put a link below if she's still offering this cute little Halloween pack. And then she sent some little samples for me to look at of her fabric. She has beautiful fabric. So she's, I don't know. Yeah, she does sell to stores as well, but you can also buy direct on Etsy from her. So I'll have that link below. And then, oh, you know what? I am so bad at Flosstube. Oh my gosh, I didn't even tell you what I was stitching anything on. I don't even know if I have it written down. That's terrible. Oh, this is what happens when you don't do Flosstube a lot. You forget. All right, so I'm stitching Pink Coat Santa on Sandbar by Under the Sea Fabrics. And she saw my Flosstube video and saw that I was using her fabric. So she so kindly, just without me even asking, she just sent me the fabric. Some more of it. 40 count Sandbar. Isn't that sweet? Well, she's even nicer than that. She gave me 2 other colors. So let me share those with you. You already saw Sandbar. This one is, I don't know how to say this. C-E-R-E-S. Cirrus. Of course, she might start, my computer might start talking to me again. Look at this. Oh my gosh, that's really showing up good. Isn't it gorgeous? That'd be good for Halloween too. Or snowmen. It's like a gray, like wintry sky. So cool. And then this one. This is called Why can't I ever pronounce her fabrics? M-E-L-I-S-S, Melissus, Melissus, I think. Anyway, it's M-E-L-I-S-S-E-U-S. Sorry for the crinkle. Look at this gorgeous, gorgeous color. There we go. Beautiful. So, so pretty. So thank you, Leslie. Under the Sea Fabrics, I will link her below for you. Before I forget, I want to do the winner for, I don't even know where it's at. Oh gosh. You know, before I leave, I always like go out of town. I always like to clean up my studio. And I cleaned it so well. I don't know where I put it. But anyway, it's one of Dot Dot's bags. And you guys had to say, if you wanted to be in on the drawing, you had to say Ghoul. Anyway, you'll get one of these bags by the ever so popular and amazing Dot Dot Denise. And the winner, I did the random comment picker, and the winner is, there was 306 comments, so y'all want that bag. And if you didn't win the bag, then go buy one from Denise. I'll have her Etsy shop link below. Anyways, the winner is Doris_Sisk. I'll put it up here on the screen. So what I need you to do is please email me at teresakogut3@gmail.com. And just let me know what you won, remind me, and give me your mailing address, and I'll get that right out to you. The last thing I want to talk about is, not talk about, but show you, is your finishes. I had some lovely ladies send in their finishes, so give me 1 sec, I'll be right back. We have so much to go over. A lot of you have sent in your work, and I'm so happy that you do that. So let's go through these. Teeny Woo just opened the door. Okay, first we have Becky White, and she stitched Every Flower Has a Story. This is a Patreon only design at this point. Dear Teresa, I hope this email finds you well. I wanted to share my latest fully finished piece with you to share on Flosstube because I just love how it turned out. Every Flower was a Patreon design for October 2023, which was the first month I just subscribed to your Patreon. Stitched 1/2 on 40 count fiber on a whim linen in the color Affogato, using the called for Classic Colorworks DMC in weeks. I think it would make a beautiful drum, but as I don't have the sewing skills yet, I decided to have it framed professionally with anti-reflective glass, and it currently hangs in our bedroom. Thank you for all your wonderful designs. I have many more of your designs as whips on the go. Best wishes, Rebecca. Very nice. I love the simplicity of that design. That one needs to be released. Next we have Sherry Richards. She stitched Sweet Wren. I finished your Sweet Wren on 16 count Rose of Sharon by Atomic Ranch Fabrics. Used a board from Chantel. Thanks for your beautiful designs, Sherry Richards. Thank you, Sherry, for sending that in. I love it. Looks like she changed the colors. I know my gray color for the Wren has like a blue tint to it, and it kind of comes across blue, I think because it's on pink fabric. I'm curious. She didn't say if she used the called for, because you know how I always find it so fascinating to see how floss looks against different fabrics. It looks different on different fabrics, but it also looks different stitched than it does on the skein. So anyway, I'm curious if she used a different gray. Next is Lorraine Sigler. She stitched My Heart is Fed. And she also, well, let me just read it. I stitched My Heart is Fed. I stitched it on 20 count Aida using DMC floss, framed in a thrift store frame. I changed the cat to a dog in memory of my beau. I love your designs. Once I start, I don't stop until I'm finished. My other favorite is I Stitch that I finished as a stand-up. Thank you for all you do, Lorraine. Thank you so much, Lorraine, for sending those in. The eye stitch was a freebie that I gave away at Market. I think it was 2024. Yes, pretty sure it's 2024. Next, we have from Susan Patterson in his image. She said, hello, Teresa. Last year, I asked you about using the In His Image sampler to make some smalls as programs for my sampler guild. So far, I have used one of your lovely couples for a pin keep and tart finish. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Susan. I love when people pull out things to make smalls. It's perfect. Next, we have Julie Thomas. Hi, Teresa. I finished your Needleworker's Oath a while back and wanted to share it with you. I stitched it on 18 count Milk and Honey Ada on fiber on a whim. I switched out the cat to a dog and I made it look like my 7-pound Jack tease. Jack tease, it'd be Jack Russell and a Maltese, I think. She's half Maltese. Oh my gosh, she says it right here. She's half Maltese and half Jack Russell. I guessed it right, yay. I also shortened the thread cabinet and added your tomato on top from your free pattern I stitch, which we just showed in the last one. I used all the called for colors. I admire your beautiful designs and your talent. I had the pleasure of meeting you last summer at Silver Needle Retreat, and I'm pretty sure I fangirled and acted goofy. Haha. That's cute. That is very cute. Oh, I love it. I love the addition of the tomato on top of that little thread cabinet. Very cool. Oh, and here we are. Aren't we cute? She's cute. All right, I printed all that one off. Okay, next is Patty Wyan. Patty sends a lot of things. Thank you so much, Patty. Time to sew. Good early morning, Teresa. Hope this email finds you well. I wanted to share my finish of Time to Sew with you as I fell in love with the chart. When you released it through your Patreon, I had to stitch it immediately as it reminds me of my family roots and upbringing. I started it on 5/7/24, finished on 7/15/24, then fully finished on June 2nd of 25. It is stitched on 28 count even weave by Zweigart that I coffee dyed, stitched 2/2. I used all the called for floss. I bought the finishing board from Chantel 141 and added a wooden star at the top, front and back. As you can see, it's a snug fit, so I could not add the trim, but I love it just the same. I look forward to the remaining charts in this series as well as all the other Patreon and regular releases. I also would like to ask about an upcoming event that I saw on Facebook that you will be at next year with Threadworxs Fair in Indiana. It states that you'll be a special guest. If so, I'm planning on going if the good Lord sees fit, and I can't wait to meet you. That's so exciting. Yes, I talked about that earlier. Thank you, Patty. Super excited to meet you too. Next is Ann Kreiser. Good morning, ladies. I wanted to share this finish with you both. Thought I have, well, she must have sent it to me. Oh, in the proper stitcher, okay. Thought I have had the piece stitched for ages. Getting this finishing completed just took its own sweet time. This turned out so adorable. Thank you, Teresa, for your design, and thank you, Annie, for the giveaway opportunity. Snarky Cat was finished on 32 count Belfast in ash using sulky threads. Wishing you both a pleasant summer, Anne. Thank you, Anne. I love Snarky Cat. I got him right here. You know, I love him so much. I keep him on display in my studio. So cute. So now you can see mine on this lighter fabric, and then how beautiful hers is on that. It looks like a gray blue. It's so pretty. Really, really pretty. I love it when you can see things on different color fabrics. It really changes it, doesn't it? Okay, Denise Adler. Hi, this time I'm sending you a couple projects I completed. Folksy Thomas stitched 32 count linen by Bee Stitched Me in the color Gold Rush with called for floss. And then, she said she had it framed at Hobby Lobby. I love the pattern and how the frame came out. I love Folksy Thomas. He's so fun. And then she stitched Stitchy Bird on 20 count Ada by Bee Stitched Me in the color One More Reproduction. I modified the placemat of some motifs to fit a stitchy box I purchased from Fat Quarter Shop. When I framed it, I backed it with your Stitchy Bird fabric line and made a bottom pillow with the same fabric line. I love your patterns and fabric. When your fabric is released, I always buy a fat quarter bundle to use for cross-stitch finishing and quilting. Thank you for all you do. That's so sweet, Denise. Thank you so much. I love your finishes, and I'm glad you sent them in. Oh, I gotta do an update on Lincoln too. Hopefully I don't forget to do that. Well, you know what? I'll do this one last. In that way, we'll be good. Okay, Lincoln's Eagle finish by Sheila Wilson. Oh, Teresa, what a gorgeous pattern. It was such a pleasure to stitch. I had it framed at Hobby Lobby and couldn't really decide on a frame until they suggested this one, and I thought it went well with the eagle's wings and tail feathers. I stitched this on 36 count Weeks Dyeworks straw. I changed the feathers to DMC 3865 as it did not show up well on my fabric with the called for 613. And I changed DMC 413 to 414. The only other change I made was instead of Palomino, I used DMC 167. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much for all your creativity and sharing it with us. Thank you, Sheila. That turned out spectacular. That is still one of my favorite pieces, even though eagles don't have white wings. When you are a designer, an artist, you can do whatever you want. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so next we have Kathleen Bailey. I wanted to share this fully finished stitch. I changed up some of the colors and used what I had on hand. I believe this is a piece of 18 count that I tea-dyed myself. She was super fun. She fit perfectly in this frame stand I bought many moons ago and was waiting patiently to be used. Thank you for your wonderful designs. Thank you, Kathleen Bailey of Virginia. I love those kind of frames that are on a stand. So that's that I Stitch, which was a freebie that I gave away at Nashville 2024. Next we have Karen Pippinger of Loveland, Ohio. Hello, Teresa. I wanted to share my finish of your beautiful Halloween sampler. I love all things Halloween and knew I had to stitch this as soon as I saw it. As you can see, I also love color. I knew I wanted it on purple and I knew I wanted to change to brighter colors. I love the original, but this version is definitely more me, which I love that. I love that because I'm more of a vintage person and she likes more bright colors. So I just love to see the difference. I hope you don't mind the changes I made. It took a while to find the fabric I wanted, but fell in love when I saw Da Vinci by Picture This Plus with both purple and orange. I used an owl from one of your other patterns, though I had to make him skinnier, LOL. And I kind of blended a variety of ghosts from your other patterns and put those in the places of the orange bird. I really wanted a cute owl on this piece. I also love skulls, so I had to find a place for those. I enjoyed stitching this so much and I can't wait to pull out something else from the book to stitch. Several friends helped me pick colors during the Stitchy Day at Craft Gallery, so that gives me a great memory every time I look at it, now to find the perfect frame. I'd like to do the witches again as a drum in a different colorway. Thank you for your beautiful designs, Karen Pippinger. Love it. That's so awesome. I love it. Very cool. All right, next we have Pam Seberg. She also sends in a lot of her finishes to me. Thank you so much. She stitched Tabby. Love stitching this project. Use your called for fabric, which I must get more of. 36 count. Oh, what was the called for fabric? I don't bring it down here. I didn't have any progress on mine, so I didn't bring it down here. I did darken the green because it didn't show up on my piece of Marsh by, I want to say Atomic Ranch. I think. Didn't stitch the border and the other vine so it would fit in this frame that I had in my stash. My first cat was an orange girl that was living under the house when we bought it. Aww, so sweet. Oh, I want to get mine finished. You know, guys, I know you guys are like this too. I was all hot and heavy stitching this. I got really far on it, but then I started Pete and Coat Santa. And I don't have a lot of stitching time, so now I'm hooked on that. It's like, and then the next new shiny object comes. Ugh, I need to stay focused. All right, Let Love Rain by Rebecca Hunt. Hi, Teresa. I haven't framed this yet, but it will be a while before I find a frame for it, so I wanted to go ahead and share it with you. Started on 12/31/23. It was her new year, new start. Finished it 6/22/25. Stitched on 18 count vintage country mocha with threads from my stash, 2/1. I really enjoyed this stitch and I cannot wait to have it framed and hung in my home. Thank you for all that you do for the stitching community, Rebecca Hunt. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Boy, does that take on a whole different look with all the purples and stuff. Very pretty. Very pretty. Thank you so much for sending that in. Next we have Old Glory by Sheila Wilson. Hi Teresa, I just finished another one of your fabulous Broad Stripes and Bright Stars book. Out of your fabulous. Okay. Reading is hard. I saw the Garden Goose Stitcher show this on one of her Flosstubes, and I had the book and have stitched a few things out of it already, but I love this and somehow passed it over in the book. I stitched it on 18 count Ada Ale, changing only a couple of the floss colors to match my decor. I changed Peacoat to Classic Colorworks Blue Corn, and I changed Weeks Dye Works Threadworxs to Garnet. Thank you once again for designing such wonderful charts for us. Hope you had a blessed and safe 4th of July, as I am a huge patriotic fan. I love it as a pillow. Oh, it's so pretty. And I really, really like that color fabric she stitched on too. Very nice. Thank you for sending that in. Next we have Abby Stone. Good morning, sweet Teresa. When I saw Happy House come out this spring, I knew I had to stitch it for an old friend who was having a big birthday. Stitching it for a friend gives me opportunity to remember all the times we've shared and to pray over them and over her and her family. And I know when she sees it hanging in her home, she'll do the same for me. Here are some pictures of my stitch, including one I sent of it gracing her wall. Thank you, Teresa, for the special designs you create. Much love to you, Abby Stone. Thank you, Abby. That's so wonderful. I love it when people, because you know, we all know how long it takes to stitch a piece, and to give it to someone that appreciates it, like your friend like that, that's so amazing. And I love how she thought of her friend and all their good times together and prayed for her while she was stitching it, and then her friend will do the same for her. What a beautiful sentiment. Thank you so much. Mary Beth, she stitched the Santa stocking, the Naughty or Nice Santa stocking. Hi Teresa, I wanted to share my FFO stocking finish with you, though I did post it in the Creative Whims Facebook page. I used the called for floss, but used 40 count vintage country mocha Newcastle linen. I used your plaid green Christmas fabric for the back and lining. I love how it turned out and grateful for your designs. Keep on doing what you do. Mary Beth from North Carolina. Thank you so much. That's a big finish right there. Love it so much. Okay, the last two are the fundraiser I did for Lincoln, little Lincoln. So here is one from the Creative Stitchery of Pensacola. She didn't have her name on there, so I don't know what her name is. This is a picture of my finish. When I lived in Midland, Michigan, I lived in a red house with white shutters and front door, so I changed the color of the window trim and the front door. Love stitching this piece. It now hangs at my shop, Creative Stitchery of Pensacola, Florida. I'm assuming it's Florida. I don't know of any other Pensacola's. All right, Alicia Lyons. Dear Teresa, on Valentine's Day 2024, I received results from a breast biopsy that indicated I had a couple spots of malignancy. I had surgery in April and radiation in June. Since then, I have had 2 clear mammograms. Praise God. So at almost 71, I am counting myself a cancer survivor. In February 2025, I thought I should stitch something to commemorate and celebrate about this time. I somewhere noted your Lincoln Strong appeal and design. It was perfect. So I started that, not exactly on any anniversary dates, but it was done with prayers of thanksgiving for my healing and appeal for his. As usual for me, I changed up the colors a bit. It's stitched on 28 count Mayflower by Fox and Rabbit with mostly DMC with a couple of Weeks Dye Works. It's pinned on a piece of foam core with batting. I came back to cross stitch in mid 2023, so still feel a bit of a newbie. This is the first time I've shared a finish with the designer. Ha! Thank you. Can you give an update on Lincoln? Alicia Lyons. Thank you so much, Alicia. Thank you for your prayers for Lincoln, and I'm so happy to hear that you are cancer-free, and we are praying for that day for Lincoln. Yes, I can give you an update because I have it right here because I emailed her back to give an update. So as of May 8th, Lincoln's CT scan shows no new evidence of disease and new disease progression. His MRI shows an interval decrease in tumor size compared to January's MRI. The tumor is now measuring in millimeters instead of centimeters. Thank you for your prayers for Lincoln. Someday he'll be called a survivor as well. I have no doubt about that. I have seen Lincoln and his mom and sister at a wedding shower not too long ago, probably 3 weeks ago. And he is doing really well, and I am grateful for all of you who purchased that pattern. In case you are new here or you are unaware, I designed that chart in all $10 when you buy that PDF. It's only a PDF. When you buy that PDF, all $10 goes to the family. We have raised, the last was $19,000, the last I knew, and then I just sent her like $850. So we're close to $20,000 that you guys have raised for this amazing family, and it just brings tears to my eyes because of your generosity and prayers, and it means a lot to me, you guys. So thank you. So that was a lot. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to be back in a couple of weeks rather than a month. And I really, really hope to get a lot of stitching done in the interim. And I want to start more punch needle as well, because I need more punch needle releases. I love punch needle. So anyways, thank you for joining me today. And if you haven't subscribed if you haven't subscribed, please do so and click the like button and share the video with your friends. That would be awesome. And until next time, create every day. Bye now.